Yes, right now Eindhoven seems a million miles away. Is it to be an "I was there" night, or an occasion to say "I'm afraid I was there"? An evening to wave the scarf, or to use it as a blindfold. Well, let's not sound like prophets of doom. There are 3 examples this season of Middlesbrough scoring the requisite number of goals in the second half of a game, and here's Hasselbank looking for a very early one. Now Stuart Parnaby had a ropey first half, and it's cleared by Marine, but they managed 3 in the second half against Basel so memorably, against Fulham to win 3-2 in the Premiership, and against Nuneaton Borough in an FA Cup replay. And they have scored 4 goals in a game 3 times in the last 10 fixtures. But they won't be pleased to see that man down.
No, and I hope it's not serious. Radoy actually tries to jump over George Boateng as he comes watch, and his boot catches him right on the head. I mean, that's as sore as it gets. I can't understand what he was doing, but continuing like that, I mean, I think that should be yellow.
Well, I'm just thinking back to a Champions League game between Toon and Arsenal at Highbury early in the season when Robin van Persie was sent off for a boot that wasn't as high as that against Alan Orman.
That's very reckless, to say the least, from the Steaua captain.
Well, there could not be a more experienced official than Lubos Michel. And there's the culprit.
I mean, I think he saw it coming as well, and he tried to duck, didn't he, George Boateng, and still got caught.
Radoy is supposed to be Steaua Bucharest's best player. He's won 35 caps for Romania. But his own goal at Rosenborg back in August cost Steaua a place in the Champions League. George Boateng is described by the coaching staff here as 2 players in one. No wonder that Chris Mosley, the physio, is taking infinite care in trying to repair him. Steve McLaren, as is his wont, was late out for the second half and is having to be filled in as to what's just happened to his midfield enforcer. One way or another, we might be singing a different tune in 45 minutes' time, but it's not looking like a happy evening for Middlesbrough. As one of the potential replacements, Ugo Ehiogu, another who nearly left the club in the January transfer window. Yakubu, I'm sure we'll see at some stage. I mean, McLaren ended up with 4 strikers on against Basel in the quarter-final.
Almost certainly, but Steve McLaren won't give up on Boateng just yet, simply because, I mean, he wants his 5 most attacking players to see plenty of the ball setting up. He's the one that's going to have to mop up on occasion, and he's made of steely stuff there, isn't he? I fancy he'll come back on.
So after a spot of what looked like kickboxing, we have Championship boxing on ITV4 this weekend. Saturday night from 9, Alex Arthur defending his European Super Featherweight title. And then a different slot for Championship football, Monday morning, 9:25 ITV1. We're at Swansea to see if Southend can reach the Championship. And our website has all the latest UEFA Cup news and plenty on the World Cup too. You'll find it at itv.com/football. Boateng seems to be ready to come back on from the far side. Here's Rockenbach. Middlesbrough needing 3 more goals. Viduka. Boateng is back with us. This is Parnaby. Middlesbrough have 3 in the box. Seem to come last off Macaroni. PA announcer has a warped sense of humour. Most of the half-time interval playing football's coming home, and the line about 3 lions on the shirt, I don't know that Steve McLaren would have been singing along to. The intention was to rouse the crowd. They're up for it, all right. Just need another goal to increase that belief. Rockenbach. Macaroni. Robin for Steaua. Downing. Middlesbrough beaten 8 times at home this season. Only twice in 11 cup ties. Boateng. Hasselbank. And out by Radoy.
No, but importantly, I mean, the pace of play is better second half for Middlesbrough. I mean, it's the way they finished the first, and that had to be rekindled again, and it's there, and the commitment is there again. It's just again getting the two boys up front fed.
They're giving themselves a mighty handicap though in this two-legged semi-final. Boateng, sweeping ball, looking for Macaroni. Back goes the diligent Marin. And now the crescendo begins around the stadium whenever Middlesbrough are in possession and moving in the right direction. Plenty of flags in evidence and blaring horns, trying to kindle a European atmosphere. Tickets sold out a couple of days ago, which is a real rarity at the Riverside, and 500 more were made available at the last minute, and they went in 20 minutes this morning. Teesside finally embracing the UEFA Cup and Middlesbrough's significant achievements in it this season. Andrew Taylor. Downing. It is a free kick. No more, says Slovakia's most famous school teacher. Chris Riggett is going forward for this. It's taken by Rockenbach. Falls for Dika. Boateng. Rockenbach. Downing. Goalkeeper comes and this time claims.
I mean, priceless. Steaua are going to be under a fair bit of pressure, you'd imagine, this second half, and anytime he can do anything like that, looks a bit eccentric, but I mean that's great for defence when your keeper comes and is that authoritative.
Viduka. Carnaby. Taylor. Viduka. Very, very good, but not quite good enough.
Well, it's brilliant. He's done that 3 or 4 times tonight. Control it and then swivel. And I thought he's done well to produce anything from there, because you wouldn't expect him to do as well as that. It's great control. Might have taken a little nick off the defender. Just probably lacked that extra little bit of power, John. If there's a bit more behind that, it could have beaten Carlos. Another smart save.
Well, for a few of these more experienced players, it may be their best opportunity to reach one more European showcase. Viduka denied at the semi-final stage of the Champions League with Leeds. Hasselbank at the same stage with Chelsea. Here's Rockenbach. Hasselbank. Boateng, it's crisp, it's Boateng's shot. It's behind and wide for goal kick.
Well, that area was very profitable in them getting back in the Basel game, just in front of the box to get the shots in. Not his best, Boateng, but I mean, I think it was inevitable. At some stage we were going to see Yakubu, and it's earlier than Stephen McLaren would have liked, but he needs it.
This is Bostina. Guiding it back to Jones. All the time, Middlesbrough knowing that there is no further room for error. It's a daunting task. It would become impossible if Steaua were to breach them one more time. Viduka. It's a nice turn. He's so good at that. Boateng. The Pizza to mop up. Taylor playing it, and Taylor, I think, is the player who's likely to be replaced by Yakubu. And here, considerably earlier than scheduled, comes Middlesbrough's leading. already a hero. Turn this one round and he'd quickly become a legend. Rockenbach. Middlesbrough full of vim and vigour, but this is Dika. And a space for Lovin, who's wasted it.
That's a waste. I mean, Yakubu came to show for him. It was a simple little ball across the ground on. And you feel because of Middlesbrough now with what they've got in formation, it's just so advanced and so attacking. And if Steaua are a little careful on the ball and breaking forward, then there's a good chance of another in for him.
Basically, Middlesbrough playing with 4 defenders, 2 midfielders trying to push forward as often as possible, and virtually 4 across the front.
To be honest, John, they're pretty much 2 at the back. They're leaving Kadru and Riggett, the 2 centre-backs there, and it's more or less 2 on 2. Very, very risky, but it's a case of having to.
2-4-4. Middlesbrough won't want the pace to drop. They don't like stoppages. Don't like it to be broken up.
A little contact, if any, from Riggett, but I think the Romanians will try and use that to their advantage every time to slow it down, just delay things.
Guianair. Opritza. From Kedru. It's a decent ball for Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. 2 in the box, 1 just outside for Middlesbrough. And now the break is on, and it's 3 against 1 defender if they play this right. It's Yakubu, and Middlesbrough's grip is tenuous, but Riggett gets back.
You've every chance of seeing more of that situation arising as well, because, you know, it is pretty much 2 on 2, and he does particularly well here, Riggett, to keep up and get a good tackle in.
Lovin, and that's some block tackle by Rockenbach. Don't see many of those from him. Yakubu. George Boateng spent much of his youth in Eindhoven and is desperate for a return there on May the 10th. His 31st birthday falls on the eve of the final. Downing. Viduka. Nicely for Parnaby. And Mark Viduka! That's his speciality.
I think he could have hit it first time though, instead of taking the touch. Came at him quickly, but it was there to hit.
Steaua have already proved themselves to be as effective a counter-attacking side as we've seen in European football in recent times. Their results tell you that away from home. Ready to pounce whenever Middlesbrough lose it.
Rado is sitting very deep in midfield, and they've pretty much gone to a 5 at the back now. Opritza is picking up Yakubu on the Romanians' right, Middlesbrough's left, and he's more or less making himself a 5th defender now.
Middlesbrough should, from here on in, dominate possession, but it's how often and whether they can find a way through. Yakubu. Just over Hasselbank, and there's Marin for Steaua. Application and concentration like this from Middlesbrough in the opening 20 minutes and they wouldn't be in this mess. Hasselbank. Boateng to Viduka. Nothing will infuriate his manager more than that.
But I prefer to see Middlesbrough do that and taking the game to Steaua rather than just kind of lump it to the 2 strikers and hope for a little knock-off.
Kedru. Macaroni. Line of 4 waiting to attack it. Oh, and he's dropped it, but Yakubu couldn't turn it in. Again, the eccentricity of the Portuguese goalkeeper on display. I thought Boateng won the ball, but he's going to get carded for this.
I think it's a bad decision. I think it's a great challenge. I think the authorities these days seem to be trying to knock that combative edge out of the game. I mean, that's a good midfield challenge from George Boateng, and that's ridiculously harsh. That is just wrong. Yeah, it's that one. It's the second one. He certainly played the ball with his left peg, but it's the other one coming around that I think the referee's penalised.
First portion of the evening. There are actually 5 Steaua players who are one booking away from missing the final. Only one for Middlesbrough, that's Macaroni. Official attendance has just been handed to us, 34,622, a European record here. And by at least 3,000, the biggest crowd at the Riverside this season in any competition. Big crowd, big night, and at the moment, huge disappointment. But it is retrievable. Yakubu. Macaroni. Outside him is Parnaby. Macaroni goes it alone. Hasselbank! Down he goes! Oh, he's given a dive. Yellow card, Hasselbank. Well, 35,000 people or thereabouts in unison, up off their feet, expecting a penalty.
I tend to agree, John. He got stuck under his feet, and I think Jimmy Floyd knows that this one's just a little too far ahead of him, and the keeper's going to get there. And I think he goes down easily and trying to win a penalty. There's no contact for me from Goyan, and I think the referee has got that one spot on.
I agree. Rivos Michel tends to get the big decisions right. That's why he is one of the world's top referees. And whilst it would have been wonderful to see Middlesbrough get a penalty, not via a method like that.
Well, we saw him win one against Rome, and he was very clever in seeing the goalkeeper coming, but that time he just overdid it.
Macaroni loses it. And then Rockenbach with a foul. Steaua are thinking about a substitution of their own. They have a fairly defensive bench tonight.
I think, yeah, the best way Steaua can help themselves in the second half is by just holding on to the ball, you know. Don't be afraid to get on it. They're good at knocking around, technically excellent side, and just show a little composure when you do get hold of it and find another blue shirt.
Yakubu is the player that's going to be withdrawn, who's faded. His fitness has become an issue for him. He's been out for 6 weeks. Yakubu, Hasselbank. Boateng lunged in, didn't get the ball. Here's Macaroni though. And Hasselbank! One of these has to go in, and it needs to go in pretty soon.
I think it's always a little trickier for a striker when he's ahead of the front post. It's more difficult. But this does come at him very, very quickly once it's fed to Macaroni. He really zips it in front post. It just doesn't quite get his feet sorted. It was a very good chance though, wasn't it? Another very good chance. Maybe he felt the defender was just going to get there before him and wasn't quite prepared for arriving at his feet. And frustration to follow.
At least Steve McLaren has got the response he was looking for. Gives them a chance. He does though feel that his team are defending too deep. He wants them to push up. Downing. Viduka goes up! Viduka scores! And all around the Riverside there are questioning looks, as if to say, we have been here before.
Well, it is on again now, isn't it? And Downing's got to see more of it, because he has that crossing ability. Nobody closes him down. The goalkeeper Carlos has come a couple of times and got away with it. That time Radoy had a go at him because he said you should have stayed on your line. He committed himself, got caught in no man's land, and it's a cracking finish. And the big Australian just gets up above Goyan, and look at the keeper, completely lost.
And now Goyan has to intercede as Viduka chases, and it's Steaua's turn to look rattled. Because of the away goals rule, Middlesbrough need 2 more. There can be no extra time. Macaroni. Here 2 in 25 minutes, it's eminently doable.
Downing's already calling for it, and I think Middlesbrough have got to keep working. Okay, he's a little bit deep now, but he's getting in some very good positions left flank, and they've got to keep looking to pick him out.
Welcome back, Boateng. Expectation rife. Again, George Boateng. Carnaby. Maybe not the right decision.
No, he had players around him. He could have threaded a little one through to Hasselbank. Macaroni's telling him he should have played it to me. I'm in a wide position. But this is a great jump by Viduka. Goalkeeper makes a mess of it. And it's a very good header. And it's in. It's on. They believe it.
Well, I was under the impression that Basel was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And it may prove to be the case, but they've got a wonderful chance of repeating the trick, and what a trick. Here's Viduka, and he'll have a go.
Maybe a little anxiety. I think he's acknowledging that, trying to do things a little too quickly. There were people in support again.
You'll see McLaren has just emerged from his technical area and has said, calm down, calm down, calm down.
Yeah, I think the excitement of that second goal has probably just got through a little bit, and it's understandable, John, because they're thinking, can we do it again? You know, and they are forcing it a little bit just now.
Came off Kadru's head. That was handball by Dika. That should be a yellow card. It will be. And Dika is out of the final. If Steaua get through, he is out for a 3rd yellow card in the tournament. And the last 2, you know, one for a silly handball here and one for taking his shirt off having scored last week.
Or doesn't he just know it as well? You could see his reaction. I mean, if they do make it through, he's distraught now.
I wonder how much use he'll be from here on in. Has to put team before self. He looks like he's close to tears out there. Here is Dika. On for Oprica. And Dika has continued his gallop towards the penalty spot. There is, Jim, something intangible in the air, best described as a tingle of anticipation. Balan has replaced Yakubu in the aftermath of the Viduka goal. And that will be a goal kick. Balan, by the way, is a right-sided defender who has replaced a striker. Has the profile of a boxer and a similar approach to his football.
Well, it looks as if he's been brought on just to stifle the threat of Downing getting anything else in from that left side.
Oprica has moved alongside Dika up front with the exit of Yakubu. Balan slotting into the right side of midfield where he can look after Downing. As the noise rolls around the Riverside stands. Middlesbrough's home for the past 11 years. For 93 seasons before that, it was historic Ayresome Park. Here's Macaroni. Just too strong for Yakubu. And whatever happens from here on in, the UEFA Cup has now made an indelible mark on the people of Teesside. Slow to take it to their hearts, but now addicted. 20 years ago, in his mid-20s, Steve Gibson helped to rescue the club. Helped to get them back into Ayresome Park. Helped to renew the faith of the legions of Boro supporters who'd seen Mannion and Hardwick and Cancel and Clough have seen their club brought to its knees by mismanagement and by debt. And now, vibrant once again, and battling for a trip to a first European final in only their second European season. Rockenbach. Boateng. Barnaby. Yakubu. Rockenbach, Downing wants it left side, Rockenbach goes alone! And that, even from this angle, seemed to be swerving.
I think it did, because I think the goalkeeper's totally fooled by it. And I think he's just suggested as well to his defence that he didn't have a good view of it. Once he took it on his left side, this moves a lot. And he's completely beaten if that's just a yard lower. Can't see it.
Gareth Southgate reduced to spectating, the captain with the injured hamstring. And I have a feeling that there was a yellow card for Carlos, the goalkeeper, for time wasting after that chance had sailed only narrowly over his bar. Mari. Pedro. Confirmation of the caution for the Portuguese goalkeeper. Middlesbrough requiring 2 more goals. Barnaby, Macaroni. And these players fueled by the belief that they've done this before. Rockenbach. It's dangerous to stand up him. Boateng. Macaroni. Now Barnaby to cross. In the way was Guilherme.
They have a blind spot, Middlesbrough, when it comes to the left side, but Downing, more often than not, is in a lot of space. I think they've got to look to him instead of the right.
Barnaby with distance. Riggett on. Yakubu poaching. Stuart Downing drives it in, and Riggett turns it in. He missed a sitter on Sunday. He has scored from point-blank range, and make no mistake, Middlesbrough are very much in business. They are level on aggregate.
Well, we're talking at the start of the night about doing things the hard way, and they've had to try and produce it again tonight, but it's not half exciting. I've been talking about Downing on the left side. He's always getting the space, and here's the proof finally. I mean, it's fallen to him. I think he's driven it extremely well across Carlos, and because of the pace on it, the goalkeeper just can't hold it. Doesn't enough just to get a touch on it, and that's just something you have to have somebody mopping up, and Riggett has done extremely well, and he'll be feeling better about that after the earlier goal conceded too. Oh dear.
Are we in the middle of some strange dream, or are we watching a tape of another game?
Don't care, I'm loving it.
Oh, it is so on now. It is so on now. Chris Riggett, who sank to the Villa Park turf with his head in his hands just 4 days ago, and now puts Middlesbrough within a goal of the UEFA Cup final. Yakubu. And no one is calm now. Yellow card for Bala. And the ball's been kicked away. Could be another yellow. It is for Lovin.
He's got a little bit on the ball in the end, but the referee, I think, pulled him back for the earlier tug on Yakubu's shirt when he tried to turn 20 yards prior to that.
And we made comment about Middlesbrough's body language when they went 2 down, 3 on aggregate. Now, just take a close look at Staua's. They're petrified.
It's a flat back 10 to defend this.
Riggett got up, there was some pushing going on. It is a free kick. There was the second of the 2 players cautioned. That was for kicking the ball away. After initially, Balan had gone into Lubos Michel's notebook. 4 Steaua players in the book now, and 2 for Middlesbrough. Dika out of the final, if, and it is now if, Steaua make it. This is Dika. Riggett. Macaroni. thousands of the Middlesbrough players coursing with belief. And Steaua with panic. Downing. Anybody for Steaua. Just getting in the way of the ball, but they can't keep doing that for the best part of 20 minutes. Chunk of stoppage time to add on to the 15 remaining. Viduka. Middlesbrough with longer than they could have dared hope to get this goal, and Carlos was perilously close to the edge of his box.
Well, it just goes to show you how set they are. I mean, communication seems to have broken down, and I think it's vital that Middlesbrough now get anything in at the keeper. I think they're all rattled, Steaua.
Whatever happens now, it goes down as another classic night at the Riverside. Boro. Boateng all the way back to Jones.
Great work, Ed. Fantastic from Boateng.
Riggett, scorer of the third. Rockenbach. Tonight, when Middlesbrough's players are standing toe-to-toe with destiny. Macaroni, Rockenbach, Carnaby. Rockenbach trying to switch it for Downing, and it comes off the head of Daniel Balan. Kidru. Viduka.
I mean, they probably feel, because the way things are going, that, you know, one of those is going to fly in for them. But I think against Steve McLaren, we just like a little more caretaker in situations like that, because again, there was good support around Viduka.
Well, they seem to be enjoying it, Jim.
Why not? I mean, I think they're used to the tactics now. Lull the opposition into a false sense of security by giving yourself another mountain to climb and pull it off. Here's hoping they can.
It's fantastic to watch. It's awful for the health. One former Middlesbrough supporter suffered a heart attack during the recent game here against Bolton and hasn't been allowed out tonight. He's watching this with us. Sir, I hope you're keeping calm. There's a nudge there on Hasselbank, but not enough for the referee to give it. Dika. Lovin. And this is where watchfulness is required from Middlesbrough. That's a good run by Lovin. And then he was hauled over.
That's frustration by Rockenbach. He just wants the ball back, John, but I think he's done particularly well, and he needs one or two of his teammates to respond similarly. He's held on to it, he's not rushed the pass, and he's made sure that he's protected the ball, and went down easily, I think it has to be said, but his team needed it, relieve some pressure.
They've been playing professional football in this town for 130 years, since the days of Middlesbrough Ironopolis. And rarely have they seen an occasion such as this, save for 3 weeks ago, of course. Balan, stakes are higher tonight. And this is where the danger lies for Middlesbrough. Rockenbach, Macaroni. Hasselbank. They're in the wrong half, Middlesbrough, but they have a free kick. And there's a haunted look in some of the Steaua players' eyes. They're being hunted down by this Middlesbrough side who just don't know when they're beaten. It's a precious quality indeed. Viduka. Hasselbank. Guianair across. Chris Riggett's goal arrived in the 73rd minute. Parity. But given the rules of European football, counts for nothing unless Middlesbrough get another. The away goals rule would put them out. Downing. That was Bala. And a slip by Downing.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of tiredness kicking in as well, because since Taylor's gone off, I mean, he's got to do all the work. Get back to left back and then get the support there as well to get things into the box.
Bachu is a defender. And he replaces Opriza. And just as Steve McLaren packed his side against Basel with strikers, so those of a defensive mind are being sent on for Steaua. Middlesbrough with 4 strikers once again on the pitch. Yakubu, Hasselbank, Viduka and Macaroni seeking another remarkable win. Boateng. There's no Middlesbrough chaser to start with. Yakubu belatedly, but it's out for a goal kick. And what an array of talent. The 30-year-old Australian. The Nigerian Yakubu. The enigmatic club record signing from Italy. And the faithful Dutch gunslinger. And between them, can they find a goal? Macaroni did against Basel. We shall never forget. This is Balan, who runs out of space.
Well, you got what, over 8 minutes left, and you feel a little bit more at a time. Plenty to generate another chance or 2 or 3.
Kidru. Hasselbank. Boateng. Here's Macaroni. Carnaby ahead of him. Hasselbank to attack the cross, and Ogararu went with him shoulder to shoulder. You know how good this game is? He is still here with 8 minutes to play. It must be a first. Rockenbach. Viduka. And here's Balan for a Steaua side who have been given the fright of their lives. And it may get worse for them. And for a 36-year-old coach, 2 months into the job, what is he to make of all this? He knows that defeat in this game would cost him his job. That's how it works in Romanian football.
I must admit, I thought they'd be better than Basel at dealing with it. You know, Basel fell apart, particularly in the second half. I know they had a man sent off, centre-back, which didn't help their cause, but I thought they'd be a little more together about it, and they've surprised me, Steaua, because
they're not.
They're not.
Yakubu. Boateng, who has been terrific tonight, as so often. Yakubu, goalkeeper's ball, he spilt it! And then at the second attempt, and Guianea, I think he's furious with his own goalkeeper.
I think he's probably saying, I haven't heard a shout. He wants to deal with it, the centre-back, and the goalkeeper comes, and I think the centre-back then knocks it out of his hands as he tries to grasp it. He's coming onto it. Yeah, and I think that's what he's saying, you know, let me know what to do and I'll get out of the way.
Well, he's added hugely to the entertainment value because he's so unpredictable. Here's Downing, anything but. Good header out this time by Goyan. Rockenbach. He of the huge pedigree, Brazilian international at 19. Downing. Viduka. Boateng. And anywhere will do for Radoi.
But I mean, we saw it earlier as well, but anytime the ball seems to be in the air in the box, they're afraid to make a tackle in case they give a penalty away. I think that's helping Middlesbrough's cause as well. They're just standing off.
Steaua backed in against the ropes. And Middlesbrough reining in the punches, but that just drifted out. It's whether Middlesbrough can find that knockout blow a la Macaroni against Basel. Steaua, one of the most famous names in European football, enjoying something of a renaissance. A renaissance that will be more or less complete if they make it through to Eindhoven in 13 nights' time. And Middlesbrough, solid citizens of English football for so long, presented with the opportunity to work on a much broader stage. But to get there, they need a goal. Yakubu. It's wayward, and it's Marine for Steaua. In comes Kadru barging in, just out of keenness to get the ball.
That's all it is, John. Just over-eager.
Here comes another defender. And this time it's Neshu, who's a left-back. And he's replacing another attack-minded player in Bostina, who's being urged to hurry up by the referee. Furrowed brow, intense concentration, mirrored from bench to terrace. High in the stands, down on the pitch, united in concentration and concern and anticipation and tension. Sports as theatre.
And one more huge effort by everybody just to try and carve out that chance.
Downing. Middlesbrough need to get to some of these second balls. Ogoraru. Well done by Boateng to keep that in. Seemed a lost cause. Rockenbach. If ever there was a time to fizz one in, it might be now. Hasselbank. Left-footed shots.
Yeah, he's done well to create the space, but you know, on that left foot, not as comfortable. And I think the keeper Carlos was always happy that that was drifting wide from early.
3 months ago, they were throwing season tickets at the manager. Whatever happens tonight, they will be hurling bouquets. Kadru, who was pulled back by Neshu. And if only that clock would tick by a little more slowly.
They've got to produce it, John. I mean, it's going to be an awful place to be in that dressing room if they can't.
So close, on two fronts. Radoy, no distance on the header, but no challenge on Marine. Riggett. Rockenbach with 20 yards of space ahead of him. And a poor ball in. Kadru. Downing is just waiting by the touchline, hoping for the ball. Now he'll get it from Viduka, and he'll measure across. And it comes out to Parnaby and Hasselbank, who goes down seeking something. We've seen that once already, it cost him a card. Downing again. 3 forward, Hasselbank down, useful cross, and a header, and it's that man again! Unbelievable! Same minute, same result! Massimo Macaroni, forever etched into Middlesbrough's history. Pick any descriptive word you like, and it will not be sufficient. Middlesbrough are heading for Eindhoven.
I mean, for him to do it again, but watch this when it comes back to Downing here. It's not cleared well by Steaua. Very, very sloppy in releasing it to Downing. Viduka's offside. He knows that if he plays it in first time, it's going to be disallowed. It's going to be offside. He bided his time, took his man on again, hung a great ball to the far post, and then it was up to the determination of Macaroni. And for it to be him again, it's just unbelievable. Not good defending, but a great header, and I can't praise the spirit and character of this team highly enough.
He may not get the England job, not this time, but maybe the freedom of Middlesbrough will suffice for now for Steve McLaren. And what on earth will they give Macaroni? To do it once was remarkable, to do it twice is frankly beyond belief. Substitution, Ehiogon, another defender, Hasselbank off, and the fourth official's board now. So important. How many minutes? 4 minutes to hold out. And the whistle has gone, and Middlesbrough have a player from Kedru down. And no one's in their seat now. For those from Romania, they are discussing it, they are pinching each other, they are asking if it's happening. And the answer, very definitely, as 34,000 Teessiders will tell them, is yes, it most certainly is. History unfolding in front of disbelieving eyes. But still defensive work to do. Mistake, Dika! Ehiog in the way! It is only a corner.
Well, he's done brilliantly after the mix-up, Ehiog, because he got caught a little underneath it, couldn't head it, and he just threw himself in the way of Dika's shot and did well to get anything on it.
Everyone forward, even the goalkeeper this time, for Steaua Bucharest. And everyone back, of course, for Middlesbrough. Murray, Riggott, Neshu, there was a hand in there, right on the edge of the box. It is a Steaua free kick.
Well, Kedru's saying that he knew nothing about it, the ball just struck him, but was there a bit in it? Yeah, I think there was. I mean, I think he knew it was coming his way and he didn't remove the arm.
And now for a relatively untried goalkeeper, possibly the ultimate test. Steve Gibson struggling to look, so too the manager. Even the fans turning away in anguish. Radoy is a threat from here. Not the only one. And it's deflected wide. And it is only a goal kick.
It looked as if it came off a Middlesbrough wall. That's a big bonus. They don't want to have to defend the corner. The referee, I think, might have been kind then.
Jimmy Floyd can no longer contribute except verbally. Viduka. And the Riverside has never known a night or a scene like this, because the stakes have been ratcheted up since Basel. Here's Viduka, Radoy, back to Carlos, 1 minute remaining. And the referee blew 20 seconds early. Maybe his watch is faulty. That was at the first half. In the second, Middlesbrough desperate for the whistle that counts. So many eyes looking at Lubos Michel. Viduka penalised. 20 seconds. One last threat to Middlesbrough's passage to Eindhoven. Carlos. Kedru with a heroic header. That's it! That is it! Brilliant! Unbelievable! Historic! Hysterical! Magnificent! Middlesbrough will play in Eindhoven in their first European final, having looked down and out, dead and buried. They have done it again, and frankly, I and 35,000 others, let alone the players, can't believe it.
Well, I don't mind admitting, when that macaroni goal went in, I was up celebrating, I was on my feet and punching the air myself. You can't help but get wrapped up in all of this. After the start tonight, John, I used the word disastrous, probably too strong a word, but it was a nightmare for Middlesbrough, and I didn't think they had it in them again to repeat what they did against Basel. Incredibly tremendous effort to come back and do what they did. Sheer determination has brought them through again with a wonderfully passionate crowd, and I think they'll win the admiration of the whole of Europe after what they've done in this UEFA Cup campaign. Incredible.
They are blazing a trail, and 20 years on from their near-death experience, bust has turned to boom, and the fans of this proud club need no longer claim to represent merely a small town in Europe. Their team has become a true headline act. For the first time in 21 years, there will be English clubs in 2 European finals, and the supporters of Middlesbrough, who have been conditioned for over a century to expect the worst, pessimism has been a way of life for Boro fans, can now look forward to the very best, and a night of drama. A season that's included a 7-goal hammering, a close shave against Nuneaton Borough in the FA Cup. It'll end in the Borough of Eindhoven in the UEFA Cup final. And one of the heroes, Stuart Downing, is pitchside with Ned Boulty.
Stuart Downing, I've no idea where to begin with that. That simply doesn't happen in football, does it?
Well, we've done it once, we'll do it again. We like doing it the hard way, but like I say, some great football against a great team as well, and I think we deserve this, we deserve it.
Why do you always play with 4 up front? It works.
Why not just play us all up front? I think, like I say, we've got to be cautious of a good team, but like I say, we were brilliant on the night.
It was immense. Jimmy, I mean, last time this happened, Jimmy, we spoke to you. You didn't score this time, but can you believe it?
I don't care, I didn't score, but Massimo, I love him. I will love him till I'm dying. This is unbelievable. We are in the final, and we're going to go for it as well in the final. Unbelievable. We have to do it the hard way. I can't understand us. You know, we have to get 2-0 behind first to score 4 goals. Oh my God, what an entertainment.
What about this fella, George Bolton? Hey, he was a man.
He is the man.
What an evening, fantastic.
George, tell us about that. Just doesn't happen in football, does it?
No, this is unbelievable. You would think we would give in, but we tried. We worked, just hard work, second half. It was not pretty, but we need to play result football. We had to find a way to win this game. Pure character, nothing fantastic, just character of this team.
Did you ever lose belief?
Yeah, I think so. After the 2-0, if the first half it was really difficult, it felt like a big mountain. And in our mind it was hard. But I think when we came back and we got the early goal in the second half, suddenly the belief started growing. And we knew that in the last 15 they would be tired. This is unbelievable, it's great.
It hasn't been the best day for Steve McLaren, but my God, he's shown what he can do as a manager today, isn't he?
Well, motivation. And he surely motivated all of us. He said we have nothing to lose. Just go out there and play, enjoy it, and make sure you come back and have something to believe for.
History. This was history. You know.
Fantastic.
Massimo Macaroni, how come you always end up doing this?
I can't believe that. I'm very good because I work every day with the heart, and I'm very. This is the win, the fans.
But you knew you had one more chance in the game, and it came, and you did it. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Well, what a night. To do it once against Basel was sublime. To do it twice is ridiculous, really, in the best possible way. More reaction, clearly, in a very short space of time from the boys up here, from everybody involved downstairs, on a, frankly, unbelievable night for Middlesbrough. They're through.